welcome back to V Speaks. My name is V, and for the returning subscribers, thank you for coming back. I love you so much. And for anyone who's watching this video for the first time, welcome. Please don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe. Follow me on Instagram at V Speaks right here. And today's topic is sometimes change is sad, but it's good for the person who's changing. And not personally, I'm speaking about positive change because I've experienced positive change personally. I don't know about experiencing negative change. So right now we're talking about changing in a positive way, changing for the better, changing for yourself, and not changing because someone else has influenced you to change. Change is unfortunately the most inevitable thing in life. Change comes in different ways. Transition from crèche to primary school to high school to university. Those types of schools, different. Not the same thing. For primary school, they keep warning you about high school, but the warnings just don't suffice, and you're like, but they never warned us about. They warned us about certain things but they're not happening. Then university, they warn you about university, and then they say, oh, in university they don't run after you, but then you have that one lecture that's always running after you, you know? So change comes in different ways and forms. When you get to university, you are entering adulthood, unemployment and stuff. You are independent, you know, mom and dad are not there. Even when I remember my first time register, I went with my father and I thought, oh, he'll handle everything. Then the woman there by the registering place, she's like, man, why haven't you sorted out your paperwork? Why didn't you sort out your paperwork? You're an adult now. Your dad won't be there for you the whole time. Yeah. And she was like, this is a time to take things in your own hands. And I was like, at home, ma'am, this is not what I was prepared for. But change is inevitable. Change is something that needs to happen. It happens automatically. Sometimes you notice later, sometimes you notice the minute when change happens. It's just a thing that happens. My experience with change, my biggest experience with change was when my mom passed away, because me and my mom were super close, and when she passed away, it was very hard to function without her because she was everywhere with me. I used to go out with her a lot. Whenever I go to the doctor, you know, when you let your mom speak when you're sick, I speak for myself now because my dad's not gonna do that for me. My dad is more of a person who promotes independence, whereas my mom would have held my hand. You get what I'm saying? So that's my biggest change. Her not being around, being lonely, not going out as much as I used to, being scared to go to places alone because I'm so used to having someone else. So my biggest change was actually growing up, because eventually, obviously, my mom was not going to do certain things for me, even when if she would be alive today. But I felt at that time when the change was happening that it was happening too fast. It was happening so fast. And another big life-altering change for me is this year I realized characteristics about myself that weren't really positive towards other people, and I am also healing my inner child. So it comes with a lot of unlearning, a lot of change, and it's a bit rough, but change is inevitable, like I said. Like the whole inner child thing, I'm also going through a personal growth period where I'm just doing things for myself, bettering myself. You get what I'm saying? So this type of change, it's painful, it's unsettling, it's uncomfortable. Change is very uncomfortable. The transition is crazy from going. I mean, I've experienced big change when I went to boarding school, but with university it's a totally different thing, because in boarding school you're still a child, you're still a minor, so they still hold your hand. But in university, you're on your own. Especially if you are distant learning, you're on your own. You know, mom and dad or Remangwane or Gogo, they're not there. They are not there to help you. So adjusting to adulthood also. Woo! Guys, I remember after my mom passed away and me and my dad had to do groceries for the first time, and I was like, I am not under any circumstances letting this man go alone. I am just not. I'm writing a list, and Uzama, you wait in the car, because the things he would buy, sweetie, he'd waste money. And thankfully my mom had taught me tips and tricks about saving money when you're shopping. But it was such a mind-boggling experience, because I'm like, I've never done this before alone. Sometimes, most of the time, my mom did this, and also after my mom passed away, I had to cook. So I wasn't a cooker. I didn't know spices, you know, so I had to learn how to cook. It's a huge transition. It's a very, very huge transition to change. Yeah, so how to deal with change, guys, how to accept it, mostly not deal with it, like accept it, because dealing with it takes time. You know, it takes time to understand that you're changing, to understand you don't like certain things, certain people, certain environments anymore. You don't live at home anymore, so your family also doesn't understand you, because you're not the same person you were before you left for school, before you went to your new apartment, things like that. So 3 things that can kind of help you accept change. 1, admit and surrender to the words I don't know. One thing about change, if you are a person who likes to be in control, you will lose your grip. I'm a person who seriously likes to control every single thing, have a schedule and stuff. But once everything started changing and my schedule wasn't the same anymore, it was so hard to adjust. It was so hard to just blindly navigate into the world, because there's no schedule, there's no, you know, everything is so different now. Sometimes it's okay not to have control over things that happen in your life, especially when you are a young adult. So many things just happen unexpectedly, and situations do not come quickly. Number 2, stay moving, sweetie. Keep it moving. One thing about, I'm going to keep referencing to the time my mom passed away, because that's when I experienced the most change. One thing about when there's a funeral of a close family member, everyone is there for you. Everyone is there. Everybody is holding your hand. Bomalume, we'll pay for your school fees. Hey, Mshana, we love you. After the funeral, sweetie, everything clears out. It clears out like you're moving into a new house. No one, the people who were busy promising you, they don't keep their promises. Everything changes. That and at the same time, your world has just collided. Just, you know, and everything keeps moving, but you feel like you're in a standstill. But let me tell you, it keeps moving, because what else do you have left to do? You know, time keeps going forward, not backwards. You're going into the future while you're in the present. Tomorrow is the future, sweetie. So keep moving, stay moving. Sometimes getting used to change can be hard. Not everybody adjusts to change or even likes change. And that makes a person to stop everything or freeze. Take some time to adjust, but also keep moving. Stay curious and explore. Literally, especially when you're still young, you have time to explore. You have time to do every single thing that you have on your wish list, on your goals, and all those things. Number 3, learn on your own, practice. Your old interests may not interest you anymore because you are changing. Always find a way to celebrate that you have chosen a life of consistent curiosity and expansion. You have chosen a certain path in your life for yourself in your change, and be happy with that, guys. Learn your practice. Yes. Thank you so much for watching this video, guys. I love you guys so much. Please don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe, and tell your friends, tell your friends about these videos.